here it is on the lock screen. This is what happens when you come to Windows. That's my son on there. And when you start, you'll have your own personalized screen that gives you a little bit of information about what your computer's been doing while you've been away. And to get into Windows, you just swipe up from the bottom, go into Login, and this is Windows, and this is where you come after you start Windows. It's the new Start screen. So no longer do you go to a blank desktop. You come into where all your programs are, a series of live tiles that tell you all kinds of information about what's been going on since the last time you were in here. You can arrange.
Looks a little bit like Windows Phone.
It does. Definitely, Microsoft's developed its own kind of design style, and we worked with the phone team to learn the best of the things that they were doing
and
apply it.
But it's running, this is full Windows.
This is full Windows.
The user experience here is will remind people of Windows
Absolutely.
Phone.
It's a family feel across Microsoft, and we have a real close-knit design community that shares ideas.
Did you like what was happening on the phone to do that? Or what
Absolutely.
Was
we've also just reimagined it for the form factor, for the larger screen, and be able to take advantage of more space. So the live tiles can tell you a little bit more detail.
Right.
You can also do more rearranging and organizing and grouping.
Can we get that tiles
back up on the screen?
Yeah. Let's get the tile. Okay.
Great.
Okay, so here I am, just all my programs I want to use. I'm going to go ahead and click on the weather here. And it's going to take me right into an immersive, full-screen tailored application. So this application is written with our new developer platform, which is based on HTML5 and JavaScript. So
I don't think that captures just how cold it
is.
Yesterday.
Yeah. My hands are freezing.
I know.
And so people can write new applications for Windows using the things that they are doing already on the internet. So I'm going to swipe in from the right-hand side here, turn to the side, and go back to the start screen, and this is where you go just to get back and forth between your programs.
That thing you did on the right-hand side, is that a universal way of getting back to things?
That's a universal way of getting back. So here, I'll show you.
There's no button. There's not going to be a button?
No, it's just swipe in from the side. So here we are. Actually, that doesn't look too good right there.
Doesn't, no.
And the platform has all been redesigned for touch, so all the things that you'd normally expect for developers to do to create touch experiences here. So I'm going to swipe in again from the right, bring that back up. Go back over.
What are the other
so no more start button down here, no more taskbar?
This is the replacement for the start menu, definitely.
So what else was on that thing on the side?
On the side, you'll have to come to our developer conference in September to find out more about
Thank you, I can't wait.
What do you call that bar on the side?
We haven't named it yet.
Firestorm.
Just call it the side.
Windows 8 thing.
Windows 8 bar on the side.
The Windows 8
See, this is what I mean, but this is why you're not in the gang of four. Those guys will name
what else
things
was there?
really
What else
well.
was there?
Go back over it again?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to start video here really quick. And,
I give up.
if I go back over it, there.
So it's search.
I'm not going to sit there too long.
Right.
Search, share, start,
setting.
Connect, setting.
kinetic. We have a whole developer conference that's going to talk about how to fill
Yeah, I
those in.
know, but
These people aren't going to be there.
we like to do things first.
So I'm going to go ahead and start some video and start playing that. And now our whole goal was to really make the system fast and fluid. So here I am running different programs. If I want to switch between them, I just swipe out from the left-hand side, switch quickly between them.
Whoa.
If I want to do two things at once, I can snap to either side. I can continue switching while I watch my movie.
Wait, what was that? Snap?
It builds on Windows 7 Snap, where you can slide things over.
That was one of Julie's things.
Right, yeah.
And so you can do two things at once very easily. Then I can just drag off, go back to full screen, and stop. So if you don't have a tailored application for what you're trying to do, you always have Internet Explorer to get to all the things that you want to do on the Internet. And we've redesigned Internet Explorer to be a touch-first experience. So here I am scrolling the Wall Street Journal homepage.
Does the Wall Street Journal always come up first?
Yeah, it's
Well,
the default
on my
homepage
machine, it
now,
always
yeah.
comes up
All
first.
right.
This is all of IE. This is all of
Digital would
Internet.
be nice.
All right, I'll change it.
It's all of Internet Explorer 10 too.
After
so.
today.
Yeah.
This is
Oh, this is IE10?
This is Internet Explorer 10. I'm going to swipe up from the bottom and get the user interface for
Wait,
switching
you
between
swipe
tabs.
off from the side to get the thing.
To
and
get back to the front,
Right.
between applications on the left, and from the bottom to get the UI
So
for the application.
one of the big deals in IE9, or I guess the big deal, was the idea that you could put your sort of bookmarks in the taskbar.
Yes.
That's gone because
No,
you're changing all this.
You can put them in the start screen and on the taskbar, which we'll get to in just a second.
All right.
So here I am swiping up at the bottom. I can click in, get the on-screen keyboard. It has some familiar things that you're probably used to from using Windows. If I press the Control key, I get the Control X, Control C, Control V kind of shortcuts. I get arrow keys, which Just super nice thing to be able to type, go in, and I also can switch my keyboard to different styles of keyboard, either the pen keyboard or the split screen keyboard. So when you're using
This is interesting.
a slate or tablet-like device, it makes it very easy for you to thumb type like you would on the phone and walk around and be mobile while you're typing. So I'm going to go ahead and type.
Julie, is this like about a 10-inch screen here?
This is a 10.6-inch screen. It's 720p, 1366 by 768. Very bright, high-quality test machine. Perfect for HD video, 16 by 9 aspect ratio.
So you have a split keyboard, which I'm not sure I've ever seen on a tablet. That's interesting.
I went to the wrong thing there. So
Velvet,
now we'll go back over and so I showed you new style applications,
Right.
showed you web pages, but you're probably wondering, Stephen talked about, what about other Windows applications that I might know or things that my company has built that I need to use. So here I am, all the things that you can use on Windows or that you want to use and the things that you love to use are here in the start screen. So here I have Office, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, etc. I can go ahead and click to Excel, and I have the desktop. So just like you would expect, everything about the
There it is
desktop
again.
here.
It's back.
So if I go to
I
Word,
like the other pretty one.
Yeah, it's like, now we're in regular Windows.
regular Windows.
Well, we're in Windows all the time.
Yes, Stephen, I
and
know.
this is the Windows that you see in Windows 7.
But you
I see,
yeah, but
okay.
you made it pretty.
So here's all,
So why didn't the Office, seriously, if you're really going to this bold new color outside the lines design, and it's part of your whole design ethos and design family, why didn't the Office team rewrite Office into that kind of approach?
well, they may do some things in the future, but we don't think people should have to give up everything they know and love
Okay.
just to get to a more mobile form factor. So people can plug in a mouse and keyboard and use it just
We're
like,
hearing their ad campaign. This is what it's going to be.
just like they would otherwise. So here I am. I'm in the very much improved touch interface. I go back into Excel and dock this up at the top of the screen. I'm just grabbing it in the wrong spot. But the new style applications can also get all the access and facilities of Windows too. So it's not like a choice you have to make between two shells. It's not two shells, it's just one shell. So if I go back to my Twitterama application, this is our own little, all these apps I'm showing you are just sample applications that we've built based on our platform. So here I am in my tweets. I'm going to go ahead and do a little post and say, this is a demo. Go click on the file system, and we have a fully redesigned access to all the parts of the file system. So in my application, if you want to, go ahead and touch that on the
Last
screen.
time you
You'll
got
have
mad when I
responsive-
touched something.
I know, it's
We're-
working better now.
Wait, I screwed up.
Went all the way over there. That's
All
all
right.
right. We'll go back.
I'm lost.
There you go.
All right. Okay.
And so you just click to select, put things in the basket down here. Of course, I can get to
The
anything
basket, that's this
along
thing,
the
yeah.
bottom. Mhm.
Yeah.
And get to anything on this computer or anything over the network. And then also new for Windows 8 is a way for applications to present their information. So if I had say a photo service and I wanted to get files or photos from that to put into my Twitter feed, I could go to my photo feeder application, and everything that I have access to or other things that my friends have posted are right here. So instead of leaving my application and going back to another application, I can just do it all in one place. And then your basket can contain as many different files from different locations as you want. So I click import there and click post, and there I'm posted. So it's very easy to switch back and forth between the different things. I have this, I can go back and forth to the desktop, I can go back.
Can you expand that so it's like
full
full
screen?
screen?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, wow, okay.
And so I can just quickly go back between different things here. I can work in my Twitterama app. I can type in Excel. I can go back, choose another one, go back to Excel. And if I want to see them side by side, just pull it out. And now I can do both at the same time.
And how would you use other apps on this? Existing apps?
Other existing apps, you use just the same way. You go to the start screen and choose what application you want to run, and it comes up and you run.
So there's not a separate applications thing here. It's just like these tiles can be anything.
They can be anything. Anything.
And the
any-
user can organize them
You
however
can
she
organize
wants.
them however she or he wants. You can group them. You can have small icon, large icon. You can get lots of live information and notifications or not have notifications, all under your control about what's in here. And it's all the things that you know and love in a kind of a fast and
So you
fluid.
could, if, for instance, if you were really more of a social networking person, this could be all social networking things.
Right.
If you were interested in, you know,
Email.
having your
all your news in one
bookmarks,
place.
or all your news, or all your favorite apps. You know how people
Right.
today, despite all your great efforts at finding ways to organize things, people cover their desktop
Absolutely.
with shortcuts.
Right. And so you can organize it and group it and play around with it however you want. Your company can put the things that your company wants to look. Yeah,
What's piano?
not very many in there.
What is piano? Is that an app?
I think we turned the tile off. Maybe, no, we didn't. It's another sample application that we built. But this isn't just for, so I say it one more time, this isn't just for tablet OSs or touch-first devices. It works touch-first, and everything about it works first. And developers can write their applications for touch, but then if it's a machine with a mouse and keyboard, like this one over here is both touch and a mouse and keyboard, it works just the same way. So if I touch, I can log right in here. And we do the work to make sure that mouse and keyboard works as well as it does with touch, so the developer doesn't have to think about what kind of thing they're
So
designing.
you can use the
Keyboard with it as
Yeah,
well.
so
see the
this
cursor
is
there?
a Lenovo X220T, which is actually also in the science fair, and it's a brand new tablet PC that does both ink and everything, but it's a Windows 7 machine. Actually, all 4 of these are Windows 7 machines,
So here
and
I
so
am
they're all
using
running the builds of Windows. This one happens to do, the first 3 of them happen to do touch, and we also have a Dell Duo, which is a small format convertible slate, and
Right here. Yeah,
machine as well. This is
That's the
That's the one with the
screen that
flips around, yeah.
pops out. I'm not,
Yep.
But it doesn't have to be a touch screen necessarily.
No, in fact, well, the next one is a touch-only device, which is the EP124 ePad, and it's touch
Very
only.
good name also.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that I had nothing to do with that name.
I know, Stephen. I know.
Nothing at all.
I know.
But the thing that's also neat is all of Windows is here. So if you wanted to plug in a keyboard, a Bluetooth keyboard, you get
And
the
a
keyboard
mouse.
experience, and a mouse. You get the keyboard experience like you would with a laptop. All the arrow keys work, the control keys work. It's a full experience. The one on the end is just the new Samsung that a lot of folks have been talking about. The
Series
super thin,
9.
Series 9, second generation, and it has no touch screen at all. But keyboard as a primary interface with arrow keys and a mouse works just
so
fine.
hundreds of millions of PCs will run Windows 8, just like with Windows 7. Hundreds of millions.
So-
Doesn't matter if it's touch or not touch.
Again, I'm curious, why aren't you changing Office also, all the rest of them, in this design paradigm? Because it's a huge shift in.
This is the biggest shift.
Well,
in
this
the-
is only
we
a
left the
small
Office team.
part.
We both
Yeah,
worked
we
it
don't
out. We're
work in
done.
Office
So we're on
anymore.
Windows now.
But I mean,
and-
if you're looking for the whole experience, if the idea of everything's changed, I sort of was looking at this very beautiful screen. I went, oh, the ugly old house is back. You know, I mean, kind of thing. Why not switch the whole thing? Because Bing
She
is
designed the ugly old house.
I know. I know.
don't take it
No, what I
personally.
mean is, this is a whole different look. This is a whole different thing you're doing. Why not make everything? Because
Well,
Bing fits into this.
There's a lot of
nicely.
utility in existing Office around running macros and doing things that take keyboard-intensive
Right.
time. And I'm sure that the Office
gonna last.
team is going to will look at what we're doing.
Right.
And
You can stop now.
It's
All
just
right.
jarring. It's a jarring shift. So this, but you expect these to be used more on these kind of things or these?
your choice.
Which was it? The whole Windows itself?
Yeah. Which one? Where do you expect this to be more popular?
She means regular
You can, yeah.
mouse-driven things
Anything.
or touch-driven
I
things
think
or
that's-
tablets or laptops or...
I think that's the only choice that a customer has to make is what kind of machine works
Yeah.
for their utility, whether they want something that they can
Well, there's still
travel with.
other operating system choices, I
Sure.
should point out. So there are
Right.
some
Once
other
once
choices.
we get them in the door, then all the choices of all the different PCs, and I think that that's a super important thing because it's right now you see the sort of weird world of like aftermarket products to try to turn it into a laptop or try to add a keyboard to it, or peripherals. If you didn't like the camera that came with it, you wanted one with higher definition, you wanted to use a particular printer or a scanner or anything that's out there, all of those things continue to work, and there'll be new ones and all sorts of scenarios. And this scales from about an 8-inch screen using today's current DPI and all the way to wall-sized displays. And whether you have a touch grid overlaid over it or you're using a mouse and a keyboard.